Yeah. It's all natural right here. Yeah. If you vibing like I'm vibing, man, vibing. I'm surviving, grinding. My own business, feeling like I got a steering wheel in my brain, cause my mind's so driven. No speed limit on a mission, I'm surviving, grinding, minding my own business, feeling like I got a steering wheel in my brain, cause my mind's so driven.
What's the vibes,
I'm surviving to the genocide. It who is produced by. Are y'all even get infected when I spread this?
Share the love, please, everybody.
In my brain out on a student side, elevated to the sky. Definition truly fly. My haters see him on nightmares and Freddy Krueger eye. Sick as a virus, transmitted computerized. On time I blaze with my key. Now you see me, now you don't. Like a bad from Jason Key. Benjamin is on the run. He's on chasing after him. And as many as Benjamin's identical twin. Feel like I've been losing all my life. I was like, when was it end? Using the end of a pen when my winning began. And I'm surviving, grinding, minding my own business. Feeling like I got a steering wheel in my brain, cause my mind's so driven. No speed limit on a mission, I'm surviving, grinding, minding my own business. Feeling like I got a steering wheel in my brain, cause my mind's so driven, I'm lost when everybody doing me. Somewhere on Gilligan's Island, constructing bars like blueprints of a prison file. Live out loud, loving myself proud. Do it now. But you ain't gonna have another chance to do it when you in the ground, spirit somewhere in the cloud. Sending my prayers until my days up. In return, blessings coming down. But I can't be waiting around for miracles to pop out of thin air and just laying in my lap. You gotta customize your own construction hat. And what I mean by that, put business on your brain. Protect yourself from pain. And walking through the rain. With no umbrella or jacket. Now I'm the epitome of make it happen. What you doing? I'm surviving, grinding, minding my own business. Feeling like I got a steering wheel in my brain. Cause my mind's so living. No speed limit on a mission. I'm surviving, grinding, minding my
cheese, name, what's the vibe?
Peace
and blessings, Queen. Y'all know the vibe.
Look, I don't believe in lying to my fans and my followers because they're going to love you and hate you.
All is well, Point.
That's why I always have a little plan, like pushing the audible, but my life was at a corner until I came out the concussion with a explosive convulsion, stoning so close to the culture. Hip hop underground rap straight out the silk, got devotion to go further.
Yo, Facebook fans, Twitter fans, IG fans, battle rap culture. This is what the talk about radio. And I'm your host, Jim Jeezy, Dot Motherfucking Mob, aka Bitch, I'm not a rapper. Better known as Boss Talk Jeezy. You know the vibes, man. You hear me? But tonight on What to Talk About Radio, y'all know it's Wednesday, so I try to enlighten my peoples. You hear me? For real, the real way. And so we do making it make sense, man. So tonight is making it make sense with my brother Byron Bay. You know, if y'all familiar with what I do, you know, I tapped in with the brother a few times. He's definitely there with it, you know. And I'm an individual that I like to receive information, important information. Long as it makes sense, I want to, you know. But y'all be out here listening to all that bullshit though. What's going on, sis? Peace and blessings, Queen. Drain, my sister in the building. Hey, what's the vibes? I don't want to say what I want to say to this other individual because I don't want her to get mad. But love is love, and I appreciate you. But yeah, man, tonight we got the brother Byron Bay coming through and shit, man. The topic is the meaning of money. So we're gonna tap in and see what the brother has to say when it comes to that. Because, you know, like I said, I like to receive important information. And if it's something that I know nothing about, of course I want to want to tap all the way in, especially if it's making sense, you know? Goofy niggas listen and relate to goofy shit. You feel me? Love is love, peace and blessings. Who that is? It must know be somebody I know if they saying that. You know, y'all know that's Jeezy shit right there. Love is love. My name, I'm King Love is Love. Yeah. You know, I just present it because that's what it is, man. You know, ain't nothing fake phony about it, you know. All of y'all that know me know I move the same way on a day-to-day basis. You feel me? Like, don't nothing change. You hear me? I am Mr. Love is Love. Love, peace, loyalty, respect. Yes, that's me. And I can also be that other guy. You hear me? Which Dream tries to put that out there into the universe a lot to try to cover up the fact that she's all the way, all the way. I get it. I get it, sis. I get it. You be trying to cover up the fact that your ass is knocked off the rockers, you know, and yeah, nay, peace and blessings. Your beautiful ass. You made me have to say it, you know. I ain't, yeah. Those who don't know, man, that's my heart, straight up. But anyway, hey, Drain, you gonna stop doing that, trying to promote me on the internet as this bad guy. I am such a lovable guy. I love all. Zay, peace and blessings came, Mr. Wise, man. I'm gonna tap in with you too, bro. Don't think that I be ignoring you, my nigga. You know, it's business with me. You feel me? So certain shows go a certain way. You feel me? Every show ain't for the raps and shit like that, bro. You know I support y'all 100%, but you know when I'm doing certain shows, it's based on a certain topic. You always high, my nigga. Hoodie, what's the vibes? Peace and blessings. If that's the hoodie I think it is. I appreciate you, bro. There you go. But yeah, I'm waiting for the brother to come up on here, man, so we can chop this conversation up, you know, because it's definitely something that needs to be promoted to the universe, you know. Well, actually, for me, you know, I'm trying to receive this information, so it ain't even about all of that. Like I said, I come up with topics based off of things I might hear in a conversation. You know what I'm saying? There go my brother. He's in the building. Peace and blessings. We was waiting on you, King. But yeah, man. Like I said, I've been since the first day I tapped in with the brother. You know what I'm saying? The information that I've been receiving from him been A1. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, sometimes you got to learn to respect each other. Now, not even sometimes. We have to learn to respect each other's thoughts. You feel me? So if something's making sense, tap in, apply it to your life, do your own homework on it, you know? You ain't gotta listen to what somebody's saying that like if I tell you right now that if you walk out your front door, $1 million is just gonna fall in your hands. You feel me? It's not up to you to, you know, say, hey, I'm just gonna listen to Jesus and just go outside and no, man, you better do some type of homework and shit. Hold up, man. I want to know how does he know that this is gonna happen if I go outside? Like, you know, investigate some shit like that. But yeah, I said that, Nay. Whatever. Fly shit, peace and blessings. My brother in the building, man. FSO business, MRM gang. You know the vibes. I wear my blue for different reasons. But yeah, man, we got my brother Byron Bay in the motherfucking building, man. The topic for tonight is the meaning of money. So if any of y'all want to really tap in, you feel me, and get a better understanding up here, I advise y'all to listen to the brother, man. I advise y'all to listen to the brother. Where you at, bro? I tried to invite you up. I don't know why it's not letting me. Here go Instagram with they bullshit. Here go Instagram with they bullshit. You might gotta leave and come back in, bro. I don't know what the fuck they on. Hey King, I can't invite you up here yet, bro. I gotta get my guest in here. You hear me? I got a show going on. I invite you up after the fact. I got you. Or if you want to, tap in with what we speaking on, and the brother wants you to come up here, I got you. But right now we tapped in with my brother Byron Bay, man. He can give you more information on who he is, what he stand for out here, Peace and blessings, King.
All right. To the Moors, Shalom, Shem, all that. Today is my brother is on point. I was trying to link it up on my little laptop, but it's not working. I'm lagging.
Word. That's all good, brother. You know what we here for. Long as we get the message out there. Hey, listen, I'm on 2 different joints too. Look, we both working. We both working. Yeah,
I wish you to do right, because I want to be on this. I ain't never use my computer. I always use my phone.
Man, that's why I was trying. I promise you, bro. I was about to call you like 30 minutes ago to see if you wanted to tap in with me on here. Cause I ain't gonna lie, this YouTube joint is better. You feel me? Like the StreamYard joint that I be doing is way better. Far as what we trying to do, But it's all good. We locked in, man.
We in the game, man.
Yes, sir. Like I said, man, the topic for tonight is the meaning of money. Like I'll be tapped in with you, brother. You be definitely, enlightening me with some positive information that's needed. You know what I'm saying? So we had a conversation the last show, and you mentioned something about the meaning of money. I said, we're gonna tap in with that this week. So we here, man. We here.
Well, we here, bro. On the real, money is in the news. Money is in the pocket. Money is out the pocket. Money is on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Money is in the mind of every woman and every guy. You know what I'm saying? We done made money our God. It says in God we trust on the money. So we look at that, and everything has to do with money. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat without the money half the time. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to get away from that kind of thing. But the money as we know it, money is based on, it's a medium of exchange. Okay, it's a medium of exchange for goods and services. Okay, we had barter system, trading, all that kind of thing in the past, which worked. But when you would try to purchase something, if you got something you want to trade your item for another item that somebody got, and that item, how you gonna cut your cow in half because you want something that you need some corn, but the amount of corn you want costs a cow and a half. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to cut your cow in half, but you need this much corn. You know what I'm saying? So we began to get and deal with systems of money to where we're able to divide those units up and be able to purchase a cow or a piece of corn or so many bales of corn and all that kind of thing. That's currency. Currency's in circulation. Currency in circulation has to do with water, has to do with energy. You say water, but it has to do with energy. Currency has to do with energy. Electricity is current moving. So it's energy being passed around. The energy that I accumulate from doing some work today, and somebody paid me what we call money, and then I can use that energy to go and purchase something from someone else by giving them some of the energy that I have accrued to gain something that they have used their energy to create or to however it is, whatever the service that it is that they're doing and whatnot. Okay. It's very important that we get an idea of what money is and what money is not. All right. I said currency. Okay. Money is based on silver and gold. Okay, if you would say that's what the oldest currencies that is still in use today, silver and gold is based on the sun and the moon. That's why you got the silver and the gold. Gold for the sun, silver for the moon. Okay, this is where our basis is for the money. There was something called, we start calling dollars. That comes from the Yakum dollar. Let me get my glasses here. I got me some stuff that I want to be on point. I have some glasses here because I don't want to be. I really don't want to. I want it to be kind of not off the fly, because I can go, what I'm saying, but I want to not just be off the fly, off the cuff, what I'm saying. So I brought a couple of books that I got. This is Standards Guide to Money and Investing, Standard and Poor. Standard and Poor. Standard and Poor is one of the stock exchanges comes from this name here. Standard and Poor. I think it is the S&P Standard and Poor, the S&P 500. That's where that comes from. Standard and Poor. Okay, this book, I had this book for a while, but mainly to keep myself abreast and teach my children about money. Money investing. This is a really good tool. I'm sure they have it at different places on Amazon or something else. But it's a nice book, and it's got pictures and stuff in it too for people who, it'll keep you entertained. And I also have the Wall Street Journal. It's a similar book the way it's built. Wall Street Journal, Guide to Understanding Money and Investing. Okay. Now, we're not going to go super deep into it today. I want to make sure that basic understanding, what that is. People are out here, they're getting caught up in Bitcoin, and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know about Bitcoin. The stock market, jump in that stock market, and your money flying out your ear and all that kind of stuff, and you don't know what's going on. Any of those platforms where they're trading and those markets that they're using, they're based on emotion of the people. It's all based on emotion. It's the energy of emotion that they're capturing when you buy and sell a stock, because it goes up because people think it's of some value. There's something in the news that came out. Oh, everybody's buying it up. Something else come out in the news. Oh, everybody's selling what they got, so the value comes down. It's that type of thing. It's the energy. It's harnessing the energy and the emotion of people. That's what's happening with those commodities markets, gold, silver, all of them the same. To get the basic principles of any of them, then you have basic principles of all of them. Even crypto, it's the same thing. It's just on a different scale. We're dealing with some different variables, and but by and large, once you learn how to deal with market capitulation and all that stuff, you got it. And no matter what market you're in, you got to know. You got an idea of what that is. Now, when I say we're accustomed to paper money. Okay, I'm gonna start right there. The money that we have today, it's called a fiat currency. It's fiat currency. That means it is not actually money. It is accepted as money, but it's not money.
All right, let me ask you a question, brother.
Talk to me.
You said before at one point in time it was like trades. If I had something you needed, you had something I needed, it was like trades. So how did it go from that to the having to use paper money? Like,
okay, well, how that happened was basically like I say, with the bartering and that kind of thing, people traded shells and beads and it's all kinds of things that they use for money at different times and different places, depending on where you are in the world, okay, and what resources that are around you, and what the value is placed on it by those people. Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's a lot of movies I remember watching where it was like that, where they had items they trade for other items. So a lot of movies, but at that time people ain't pay attention to certain shit. But I get it. You definitely making sense.
Yeah, I mean, because you got bear skins. This person got some bead. This person got some shell. This person got deer meat. This person got something else. And you can do an exchange, but it's like difficult at times to say, well, is this, depending on what time of the season it is, the bear skin is worth more. You know what I'm saying? And depending on what season it is, the grain, the dried grains and dried corn and whatever, it's worth more. So the value goes up and down. It fluctuates. Okay. What do the people need right now? Okay? And like I say, the barter system is good, but it's a flawed system because it's like based on how much how much you're gonna give me for it. I really don't need those sheets right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got is sheets. Well, if you go down there and you give that man such and such to get that sheep off you, and then when you get some of them collard greens he got, 10 bundles of collard greens because the guy here, you
breaking up bad, brother.
I take the collard greens. Huh?
I said your phone was breaking up bad as shit just now, man. I'm mad that it was, because that was good information, man.
Well, yeah, like I said, now. Okay, good. The main thing is that it's a flawed system because, like I say, who decides what's the value right now? You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. The value is going to change, okay? It fluctuates. The barter system was a good thing, like I said, but it caused problems. That's like when people were getting paid. The word salary. Okay, take the word salary for instance. Okay, salary comes from salt. Okay, people were working and get paid in salt. So salary comes from the word salt. That's where it comes from. Okay, I am the salt of the earth, so salt for your labor. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on. See, let me read some of this here straight off the paper here. I got a book here. Let me see.
That's deep.
Give you a good idea on what I'm saying about that. Okay, here we go. The barter is no bargaining. It takes time and energy to find someone with exactly what you want, who is willing to take exactly what you have to offer. See, that's where the flaw is with bartering. Okay, let me go down here. The value of barter exchange goods depends on availability. Okay, so it ain't always available. And say in Rome, here it is. In Rome, soldiers were often paid with sacks of salt. Salt is very precious commodity. Okay, salt is very precious commodity. This is where the word salt comes from, where the word salary comes from, because salt was scarce and they needed it to preserve their food. Okay, so this gives you an idea. Now, when we had people start to make coins, they were wooden money. It was wooden money used. There's all types of things used for money. Then
wood money. What's the wood money? What's the wood money? Is it like literally made out of wood?
Wood money. Really made of wood. You know what I'm saying? If you in society, in that society that you live in, if the people decide that this is value, then we're gonna use this exchange rate, and they would create some. They would carve out some wood and have it in certain pieces and sections. They may have some having something burnt into the wood, which is how much the wood is worth. That back and forth, and that's an exchange that's used so you don't touch goods around. You know what I'm saying? So this is the kind of thing was happening when they started using metal for money. It was a type of a gold infused money. Wasn't just solid gold, but it was a type of gold, and and even that it had some kinds of
peace and blessings, Queens.
some issues with that kind of money. One is that it was not corruptible, so that means that I can transport it from here; it don't rust. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why silver is so important as part of the money, because if it rusts, it's not going to, deteriorate. Okay, it's durable. Durability is very important about money.
It's breaking up bad, brother.
Is it really?
Hell yeah, man. I was trying to hoping that because I was hearing it but not hearing it, hoping that it'd kick back in. Peace and blessings, man. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. Getting this good information from the brother Byron Bay, man. You hear me? Trying to get some things together. Y'all know how they do us when we trying to, promote that positive information to the universe. They don't want to, present that to you guys. So, they do the weird shit. I call it the weird shit. My bro told me I was weird the other day for saying some real ass shit. That's when I knew that this world really was fucked up. This a bro that knows me, like know me forever. Like I said some of the realest shit to this nigga when it comes to your kids and the legacy that you leave behind when you leave this earth. When you leave this earth, you don't die. Energy doesn't die. Just to let y'all know, energy don't die. You hear me? It's transfers, so you know how they go. Those who know. But anyway, I was basically telling him the legacy that you leave behind with your kids and shit. You want your legacy to be my father was out here selling drugs. He was the biggest dope dealer in the projects. Like that's the legacy that y'all want to leave behind. Like look at all the people who tried to be the man, the Frank Lucases and the uh I don't know why I always get stuck with them names, but look at all those people. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to them. They wanted to be the man too. Look at everybody that wants to be the man. Where's the man at now? What man? Fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, come on, man. We gotta make it make sense, bro. Like, and when I hear brothers that's, us speaking like that, that shit irks my soul. You hear me? I had to say to my old folk, it irks my soul. Like, for real though, like to know that people are that ignorant, you feel me? But yet walk around and promote yourself to be such these big dogs and bad bitches. Like, you feel me? Like, listen, my definition of a bad bitch is way different than, what you loose my females have in your head. It doesn't have anything to do with you having a nice body and a pretty face. Fuck no. I know a million bitches with nice bodies and pretty faces. You know what I'm saying? Your lifestyle has to add up with that nice body and pretty face. You gotta have a nice everything and a pretty everything. You hear me? That's a bad one. Like you ain't out here reaching out to no nigga for nothing. You don't need no nigga for nothing. That's a bad bitch to me. You feel me? Like carry your own how you carry it. You feel me? Business mind, all that. Where my brother at? Oh man, I thought he had to go. My apologies. I'm trying to keep the party going, bro, but thinking that you was gone. I was waiting for you to come back the whole time you were still here. Peace and blessings, man. Continue to share the line. Shout out to my brother Stoney, FSO Business, MRM Gang, man. That's my brother. I appreciate you, King. Love is love. I ain't even know you were still in here all that time, brother.
That's all right.
Man, yeah, man.
Continue.
Word.
Oh, but I was saying about the money. All right, we got the money is based on, like I said, gold and silver, based on the sun and the moon. That's what we've come to. When they started using metal money, we have history of 2500 BC using metal. Okay, different metals and things. Like I said, gold and silver mainly were some of the ones that are incorruptible. So, and that's one of the main things. Durability is what I was mentioning of the gold of the coins. Okay, they got to be some times where people would take coins and they would shave the edges of the coins off. Okay, and instead of having this many coins and the coins of this value, look the same almost, but if you shave enough of it off, then you can make a whole nother coin. So it's all kind of manipulation that's been going on with money. Okay, that you have to be aware of. The standards, when we have standards, like the metal standard it was like one of the most unique and most important things that came along with money because of that durability factor. I mean, you could travel across seas, go anywhere, and those commodities, gold and silver, are valued wherever you go around the world. Like I say, here, some people use a little beads, you know what I'm saying, for money. Shells, coolie shells. Okay. Let's see. Then you had the weights and measures had to do with money. Okay, how much does the actual coin weigh?
Right.
That's important because if it's just a coin, you know, this coin is gold coin, but this coin don't weigh this coin kind of light. Coin kind of light. That there had to be some standards that were set in place that the people would agree on, that you would be able to. With traders, like people travel. You hear from history talking about people they didn't travel and stuff like that till way late in time. Now people been traveling for a long time. Our people have been traveling for a long time. Some people ain't been traveling. Some people are still, you know, climbing out of.
Right.
Anyway, we didn't get into those people.
Right.
But the standards that were put in place that the people accept. What's the main thing that you want to get into? You ever heard somebody say, "Oh, 2 bits"? If you look one of them old English movies or something, I'll give you 2 bits for that. You know, where they have coins where they would cut. They would have the coin. The coin would be 8 bits. The coin would be 8 bits. You cut it into 4 pieces, then a fourth of that is 2 bits. You know what I'm saying? And so this was having to do with value because it was that, okay, this costs this much, but where you gonna give me some change from? So they would actually break the coin into 4 pieces, and I'll give you this piece because the coin was the value. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about fiat money. We'll talk about fiat. Okay. Fiat money, like I said, it has to do with, it's not based on metal. It is not based on any kind of precious metal. Okay. Fiat currency is in circulation today. Now, our official currency here in the so-called United States of America, based on the Constitution, shall only be gold and silver coinage. Okay? Now, this is why prior to 1928, 1933, the coin, I mean the dollar bills, we call them dollars. The dollars, any of them 20, it was a $5 silver note. It was a silver certificate. It was a 20 a gold certificate or a note. Now it says Federal Reserve note. It was a gold certificate. It was a silver certificate. It was redeemable from actual commodity, and you could go take it into a bank and let me get this much gold or this much silver, okay? Because they were holding it in the treasury, and you had full faith in that being worth so much, okay? Now, with the Federal Reserve System coming into play, Jekyll Island, and we look at some of the reasons why there was a stock market crash, and then I think it was Roosevelt took the money out of circulation, made it such that if you had gold and silver, certainly gold, that you could be arrested and put in prison for 10 years if you had it. So in turn, people were basically ordered to turn their gold in, turn in your gold and silver.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this was like during the depressed state, during the depression, more than a recession. All right, and so after that time, there was a system called the Federal Reserve System that came into play. Some bankers, some wealthy bankers got together in Jekyll Island, Georgia, and they conspired and brought forth the Federal Reserve System. And the system was set up to where the money was based on the life, blood, and energy of the people of the land. Okay? The people of the land then would go out and get birth certificate, and for each one of these birth certificates that the government was able to acquire from the people, they would go. There wasn't no birth certificates before then. Okay, they would go and get those certificates and bring them and turn them in and give proof of that to the Federal Reserve Bank. And at the time it was $690,000 of collateral for the debt that the United States government owed to the Federal Reserve banking system for getting them out of bankruptcy, because it had been bankrupt. It had bankrupted the organization. Okay. Now, once the organization was bankrupt, and then now you got this new thing coming along, the people of the land, mainly this was for so-called black people or Negro, colored people. They weren't black then because they didn't start calling them black till 1969, not on any documentation, federal documents or anything. There's been some redaction where they go in and they put black somewhere where they wasn't using that back then. Okay. But then they began to use all the people and get birth certificates on all the people, not just these former slaves or the indigenous people. They call them Indians, they call us all these kinds of things. These are the people who they wanted the certificates for. Okay, because these were the people that were at home on their own land. These were the natural resources of this land. All right, the foreign bank, the Federal Reserve Bank, is a foreign bank. It goes back to London City in London, England. Okay, the International Monetary Fund, all of that stuff. Okay, so think not for 1 minute, even today, that the Federal Reserve Bank is a domestic bank. That is not a bank. You find locations here, but it is not a bank that is a United States bank or anything like that. No, it's not a domestic bank. It's a foreign bank. Okay, we have corporate nation states around the world. Okay, the most time that you see there being a war with government in the past, going to war with Iraq and Iran and all these countries over there in Africa, Cuba wanna have animosity with Cuba all the time, this kind of stuff. That is because those countries do not have a centralized bank system like the Federal Reserve Bank that goes back to London City. Okay, Afghanistan. We went to war with Afghanistan. War. The regime change. Afghanistan gets a centralized bank connected to the Federal Reserve System, going back to the London City, where all this banking happened. Okay, that's a banking center of the world, the International Monetary Fund. Okay, this is where the game is played. Okay, most people don't know this, and you think it's nothing, but when you get into the letter of what's money, how is you learn that it's a game that's being played on you, and if you know the rules of the game, you can play the game to win. Okay, so like I said, why we go to war with people like Cuba, Afghanistan. Afghanistan got a centralized bank now because they had a regime change and they got a centralized bank. They killed Muammar Gaddafi because Muammar Gaddafi was making a gold standard again. He was coming out with the dinars. Okay, he was executed by a so-called black, although he did say when Tom Jordan Morning Show, when they asked him, President Obama, how do you feel being the first black president? He said, black is a dead status. I'm a Kenyan American. So he's being a constitutional attorney. He wasn't going to let nothing slide. He wasn't going to let nothing slide. He let you know that you're not going to call me black because that's a dead status. That's a dead status. That status is very low and it's beneath me. I recognize my status as being a white man. Free, he didn't say white, but white means, according to law, white means purity, purity means God, the landlords, the rulers of the land, the sovereign. That's a status. When you're at home, you wear the white jersey, shooting basketball, baseball, football, whatever your little sport is. When you're at home, you wear the white because you're at home on your own land. So that's, President Obama, he didn't go too deep in it because there's people who, he can't tell all the secrets and stuff. He up there doing a job. Why he ain't do nothing for the black people? Because he's doing the job that he's been put in place to do. Yeah. He's a president of the corporation. Yeah. That's what it is. It's a corporation. Okay? Money. Okay, we're going back to the money. Okay, we realize Federal Reserve System, doing some study on Federal Reserve System. The Creature from Jekyll Island. That book, it tells a lot. Okay? Now, when they did put the gold standard away and they based the money on the people, then that is unconstitutional because the Constitution says that gold and silver shall be the only lawfully tendered money. Now, the dollars and stuff that we have now, it is legal tender. Legal and lawful is a different thing. Okay? Legal and lawful is different. So you will find that important too. I had a court case where I was in court and lost the case. They told me I had to pay a fine. Went to the clerk. I said, how do you expect me to pay? There's no lawful money in the system. What? The clerk didn't understand what I was talking about. So I wrote down HJR 192, House Joint Resolution 192. And I wrote down, how do you expect me to lawfully pay this debt?
Please, God.
Okay, took that to the judge, Then she came back to me and she said, the judge said he wants to see you in court. I went in court. The judge said, put down this piece of paper and you're free to go. I went and signed a piece of paper. It was a blank piece of paper because he knew that I had called him on the fraud. There is no lawful money, so there's no way for me to pay the debt lawfully. You see what I'm saying? And so I standing in there as a flesh and blood live entity, flesh and blood man, knowing I'm not a corporate fiction, then he had to respect it. Okay, dismissed all that stuff. I walked out there. I put an X on the paper and walked out the courtroom.
Right.
Never had to feel for that. So knowing about money, what is money, what is not, even in a court case. And believe it or not, every crime is commercial. That's why they don't charge you with murder. They charge you with violation of penal code and statute and all that kind of stuff. That's corporate business. That's just corporate business. That's corporate policy that they're instituting. Okay? So now, if you know that this corporate policy that's being instituted, okay, and all crimes are commercial, commercial has to do with money. If there's no lawful money in the system, then how can you even put me in chains and take me and lock me up somewhere if it's dealing with commerce and there's no money? So I'm in a debtor's prison. You see? So knowing money and what money is not is very beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay? I can't give you every detail of everything because when you deal with it, you have some intrinsic knowledge of things yourself and seek out your answer and your remedy, but know it's a remedy for you in your struggle. But it's found in a law book. It's found in history. It's found in knowing legal definition. It's found in treaties. It's found in all this kind of stuff. You know, money. Tell you what money is right in the Constitution. Paper money goes up and down. Inflation. Okay, that's what paper money. It goes up and down because of the value. They have somebody called the I think his name is Bernanke now. That is the Fed chief, and they decide, well, we're gonna give it 75 more points on the doggone thing, and inflation gonna go up 75 points. Oh, we're gonna go 75 points. It's been 2 months, they're gonna go up 75 points again. You know, that's why your money ain't worth just what it was a year ago. It's you can buy something what you bought a year ago for one price, you pay just about twice that now. Okay, and they keep on hitting people with the interest. Okay, money is created. Money is created in the system that they have now when people go out there and get loans. When you go and get a loan from the bank, okay, the bank say, "Oh, you want $200,000 buy this house." 200,000. Okay, you go get that little house, $200,000 nowadays. Okay, you get that, you fill out all these papers. What you don't see is there's a promissory note that you don't see that's filled out without your absence. Basically, your name is forged on this promissory note. This promissory note is forwarded to the Federal Reserve Bank. Federal Reserve Bank says, okay, remember that the money is based on the lifeblood of the people, not based on the gold and silver, the money that's in circulation now. So what happens is the Fed sends that money, you send the promissory note to the Fed that you haven't seen, you haven't really signed it yourself. Your name's been added to it. It's been forged. The Federal Reserve releases the $200,000 to the bank, and the money that the fiat currency is released to the bank, $200,000. Okay, they get that $200,000 from an account that you have that they have with based on your identity, okay, in the account that you don't know about, but it's an account that's got the like your social security number. I say yours, but it's there.
Right.
Okay, that social security number without the dashes, it goes through an account. Okay, that account is worth millions of dollars. At the time, each birth certificate was worth $690,000. That was way back then. This is way more than that now. Okay, it's basically an unlimited account. Okay, so that money is released to the bank, $200,000. Then the bank turns around and says, okay, you start making payments on this. Okay, the bank, when it receives that $200,000, it only has to keep 10% of it in the bank in its reserves. The rest of that $190,000, it can use to make fund a hedge fund, buy stocks, bonds, commodities, gold, silver. They're making money with your money.
Right.
While you sitting up there paying monthly for the money that you borrowed. You think you borrowed the money, but when the bank got the money from the Fed, they got paid already. They got the $200,000. They've been paid. Why are they asking you for payments regularly? Because it came out of an account that's attached to you. So it's basically extortion for them to be asking you for money. You can find out now, you've been paying for years on this mortgage. If you get wise up and you learn how the system works, you can sue them. You can sue them. They